Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Nacho Problems, where we turn ordinary recipes into extraordinary nachos. I'm Nacho Queen, but you can call me M. Last week we took on an Italian dish, so I thought we'd continue our nachification of Europe by crossing the Adriatic over to Greece and making Souvlaki Nachos. For those not familiar with it, souvlaki is a Greek dish typically made from meat that has been skewered and grilled and is served with vegetables and pitas. Pork is the most common, but beef, chicken, and lamb are also used. This is not one of my typical dishes, but something completely new, so I figured we'd give it a try. Let's get started. Step 1, the toppings. We're going in reverse order again because the meat needs to marinate for several hours. For this we need half a cup of olive oil, 2/3 cup of white wine vinegar, 2 garlic cloves minced, 1 tablespoon honey, 1 teaspoon rosemary, 1 teaspoon thyme, 1 teaspoon oregano, 1 teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon pepper, 1 pound boneless pork chops diced into bite-sized pieces, half an onion also diced. In a medium-sized bowl, we're going to add in our oil, vinegar, garlic, honey, and all the spices. Give it a good stir, then add in the onions and diced pork. Stir well to make sure they are fully coated. Next, we're going to cover it in foil and place it in the fridge to marinate for at least 3 hours or overnight. While we wait for that, we can mix up our other toppings. For that, we need some small Roma tomatoes. I only ended up using 3 of these because several people in the house do not like tomato chunks. Half a cup of feta cheese crumbled, half of an onion diced. This will not be cooked, so omit if you do not like raw onion. 1 teaspoon oregano, 1 teaspoon salt, some olive oil, and some white wine vinegar. Use less than I did. We're going to dice up our tomatoes into small bite-sized pieces. Then do the same for our onion. Combine them in a bowl along with the feta and sprinkle with salt and oregano. Next, add a splash of vinegar and a drizzle of oil and mix well. Chill until ready to serve. Okay, our meat is ready to go, but it is hot, humid, and threatening to rain. So rather than skewer and grill it, we're just going to saute it. I want to apologize for the blurriness of the shot. The camera was acting up and we didn't notice till editing. I've heated a large skillet over medium-high heat, and I'm going to use a slotted spoon to remove the meat from the marinade so that we don't get too much moisture in the pan. We're going to cook the meat in small batches for 3 to 5 minutes. And that's our toppings. Let's move on to Step 2, the cheese. For our cheese, we're going to be making a tzatziki sauce. For that, we need a cucumber. We'll be using about 2/3 of this one. 1 teaspoon salt, divided. 5 garlic cloves. 1 teaspoon white wine vinegar. 1 tablespoon olive oil. 2 cups Greek yogurt. Half a teaspoon pepper. And 1 teaspoon dill. You're also going to need some cheesecloth or a clean kitchen towel. We'll start by peeling the cucumber. Then we're going to grate it into a bowl. Once you've got about a cup of cucumber, sprinkle in about half of your salt and toss well. Next, we need to strain it. I've placed my cheesecloth in another bowl and I'm going to transfer my grated cucumber over to it. Wrap it up tightly and squeeze. You'll get a lot of juice out. Keep squeezing until most of the juice has been removed. Then return it to the original bowl. In a separate bowl, combine the garlic, remaining salt, olive oil, and vinegar and stir to combine. Then add that to your cucumber along with the yogurt. Mix well. Finally, sprinkle in your pepper and dill and give it one last good stir. Refrigerate until ready to serve. Next up is Step 3, the chips. For our chips, we're going to be making pita chips again. And I know I promised last time to make homemade pitas, but I honestly forgot. So I'll add that to my ever-growing to-do list, and hopefully next time I'll remember. For these, we need some pitas, some olive oil, some salt, And I know we used the zeta last time, but this time I thought we'd try some oregano and dill since those are spices in our other components. We start by slicing our pitas into fourths, then cutting them in half along the seams. This part is much easier with kitchen scissors. Next, we're going to brush them with some olive oil and then sprinkle them with salt and the other seasonings. Now we're going to bake them at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Now last time I made these, they came out perfect after 5 minutes, but these are way overdone. I think these pitas might be thinner than the ones I used last time, so let's try another batch at just 3 minutes. Okay, those look much better, so keep a close eye on yours because times will vary. Well, that's our chips. I think the only thing left is step 4. Let's eat. As always, chips first. Then let's add on some of our pork. Next, we need some tzatziki. And finally, add some of the tomato and feta mixture over top. As a pro-tomato member of Casa del Nacho, I decided to be taste tester this week. Well, I'm gonna be honest, not my favorite. It was good, but I feel like the vinegar, which was in 3 of the 4 components, kind of took over. It was very tart and zingy. If I made this again, I'd really dial that back. I also felt like it was a little too much onion, so I might skip some of that next time. Overall, not bad. I do still love the pita chips. They were really good with the tzatziki sauce. 10 out of 10, would make those again. Well, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, give it a like and please consider subscribing if you want to see more nacho videos. If you have an idea for a future video, you can leave a comment below or tag me on Twitter. I'm at NachoProblemsYT. I've also linked my Blue Sky below, but you won't find me on Threads, Instagram, or Facebook. If you're looking to steal my apron, well, that's Nacho merch, but you can get your own at the link in the description. Now, Youngson has just returned from summer camp and declared that nachos weren't served even once all week. So I'm off to file a complaint with the UN for crimes against humanity. But unless you're the camp grub master, that's not your problem. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.